Whew, okay, so, shoot, god dang it. Alright, so, this is a devlog from a project I don't have a name for yet. I'm just gonna call it Tulip because, whatever. I don't really have a name for it, obviously. This is a game I started working on in the last about week or so. I've been on and off about it, so, I haven't put in a ton of work. Just, whatever I could between, like, work or whatever else I have to do. But I figured I'd talk about it some, start up a devlog series again. I tried doing this before for an older project, but, life kind of got in the way, so, obviously I had to deal with some personal stuff before I could get back into game development. But all of that's over now, so I can work on a game again. Hey! So, of course, this is basically like a 2D platformer once more. Not sure how it's gonna be quite yet. Like, I haven't really thought of the grander design of it. I've just been kind of working on the basics. But shoot. So I'll get right into it. So of course, you can move around. As you'd see, there's tiles I've been working on. Those are all my sprites, of course. There's also that green block in the middle, which is the player. It's the player basically. You can control them around by holding left and right. I got animations set up, but of course there's no animations yet. I haven't gotten that far into the game's development. So, yeah, you can walk around. There's a little bit of acceleration and friction to it. Like, when you press, a direction, you don't instantly go full speed. And when you stop, you don't instantly stop. There's a bit of time. I want to do that because, like in my previous project, I want to go for like a sort of, nice and realistic sort of feeling because I think that feels pretty good in games generally. I like that sort of thing. But yeah, it's shoot. Yeah, I'm doing this off the top of my head, so I'm probably gonna stumble around a little bit. So, of course you got, basic walking. There's also jumping. You can release the jump key early if you don't want to, do a full jump. So you can do like a little short hop. But of course, you can jump pretty decently high. I like a decently high jump. And, shoot. I should mention, unlike my old project, I actually have separate values for ground and air acceleration and friction. Like, if you stop on the ground, you stop nearly instantly, or if you stop in the air, you go a bit further. It's not too much further because I do want this to kind of have a precise feeling to it. I don't want the player to just like fly off just because they fly off like a platform or whatever because they tried stopping and they just like kept going. And shoot, there's also of course the acceleration and such. Like if you try and stop early, when you're if you try and stop early on the ground, you pretty much turn around instantly. Like, but if you try doing that in the air, it takes a lot longer for you to lose speed. So obviously, when you make a jump in this game, you need to commit to it. I don't really like platformers that kind of give you like a get out of jail free card when it comes to jumping around. Like, I don't really like double jumps or glides generally, just because they make the game, I think, a bit too easy on the platforming side. So I definitely won't be having anything like that here. And as you can see here, I'm testing like jump height and stuff. Like, you can't make this jump if you just go at it from the ground, but if you go up from here, you can make the jump. There's also one more thing that I added that I wasn't able to actually add into my previous project, and that's a dash button. If you hold down, well, it's Z currently, but it'll be remappable in the final game. You hold down dash, you go into a run state if you're on the ground, anyways. And when you're running, of course, you get a higher what is it, horizontal velocity. So you can run basically. It's a not quite double the speed, but it's pretty close to it. Like it's default speed is 3 pixels per frame. 60 frames a second. Whereas running speed is 5.5 pixels a frame. So it's a pretty good amount of speed. It takes a little bit of time to accelerate, of course. You slow down if you let go of the button, but going at run speed, besides being much faster, is also a very easy way to clear most gaps. I like how fast it goes because I like it when games give you an option to sort of go really damn fast. Like I appreciated like Mario World and stuff for that. Like if you just don't want to give a damn about safety, you can just go max speed all the time. So I'd definitely like to do something like that in this game. There's also bottomless pits. You know, you fall into them, you die. Yeah, it's a health bar up in the top left corner. It's pretty ugly, but, you know, it's just kind of a placeholder sprite until I make up something better. So obviously you want to avoid falling out the room. The health bar also has values to it, as you can see here. So, you know, like, you can have, you know, more or less health or whatever. And if you die, you just, you know, you just run out of health. You can also run out of health in the air, which has its own unique falling sprite for it. Which I honestly, it's kind of morbid, you know, just to have your corpse like flop around or whatever. But I think that's pretty funny, honestly. So I'm definitely gonna be keeping that. And shoot. Also, here's an example of how much the run can help you. You know, it's like you can't even make this jump normally, but if you go at it like this, is a whoop, you can make the jump just fine. Then after that, you know, I tested, you know, like collisions with all sides of, you know, the solids in this game, just to make sure every side works, and of course it works just fine. Collision engine is pretty simple, but it does everything it needs to, you know, like normal ground and of course slopes. I haven't tested like upside down slopes yet, you know, but well, I need to make them first because I haven't even bothered making them yet. This room has pretty much just been, you know, trying to get the basics of the game down. And, that's pretty much it, really. The only really other things to note is that there's currently, 2 glitches with the game. One of them is, if you walk into a wall, as you can see here, the, idle and the, walk animation constantly spaz out over each other, because, you know, the game's basically, it's trying to make you walk into the wall, but, you know, it's like, at the same time, it's, also trying to make sure that you don't walk into walls by not adjusting your speed. So the game gives you speed for like a frame, and then, you know, it takes it away. But whenever you have that speed for that frame, it plays the animation. So of course I need to fix that. There's also an issue where if you press the dash button in the air, when you land, you don't start running at all. You know, even though you should, obviously. There are 2 minor issues, of course, you know, nothing much, and I already know how to fix them, so they're not going to be around in the next devlog. But, anyways, that's about it, really. It's like, I don't have much else to show, and, I actually got through that pretty quickly. I did a couple of takes of this, yesterday, but, oh god, I just kept stumbling over myself for like 20 minutes. So, I'm pretty glad to actually get that out of the way in a somewhat reasonable amount of time. But, anyways, I guess before I go, I'll talk about, what I'm hoping to do before the next devlog, because I do actually plan on posting more than one. And, for the next devlog, I'm going to fix the 2 bugs that are currently present. I'm probably going to implement a crouch function as well, because I have a sprite for it, but I haven't implemented, you know, the ability to crouch yet. I'll probably add like some pickups and stuff you can pick up around the level, like currency and a health pickup. And shoot, I might do a main menu as well, and maybe even like a basic enemy AI to start having enemies and stuff. But other than that, I think I'll mostly just keep chinking at it, I guess. Oh, and I'll probably try and finish these sprites as well. You know, it's kind of ugly having it all unfinished. But anyways, that's about it. So, I appreciate it if you stuck around this long. If you're interested in seeing more of these, of course, you can obviously subscribe, or, you know, you can just check in on the channel occasionally, too. You know, I'm not going to e-beg you to subscribe or whatever. I don't really need that too much. But it would always be appreciated, because, well, I like numbers going up a lot. You know, numbers are cool. But anyways, thanks for watching, and guess hopefully I'll see you next time or something.